What's going on, everybody? Average Arcader here, and it's time for another Average Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Ultimate Dragon World. Now, this is again another dragon map. As you guys know, I love dragon maps, and this popped up this week and I had to take a look at it. But I'm not going to be taking a look at it by myself. My awesome friend, the Magical Berry, has agreed to help me out with this review. So to get us started, I'm going to go ahead and pass things off to him.
Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing very well. I am the Magical Berry, and I usually do these kind of reviews on a little series I have in my own channel called Bedrock Reviews. But me and my good sir Average here have thought that it'd be appropriate to collab on our very first review for a map called the Ultimate Dragon's World. Average and I will share our honest opinions towards our thoughts that we had during the gameplay of the map, and without further ado, I'll start off the review. The marketplace has been out for well over 3 years, and dragon maps have blended into the warmth of my heart as my love for fantastical creatures in the wizardry world has been a fancy of mine since a child. And one of the struggles that creators face when coming up with a new idea to add onto a new dragons themed map, or at least continuing a very great idea into something of their own, is to change how the adventure itself is presented. And it seems to me that it may be well up to another 3 years before we'll get to see anything better and or different from most of the dragon maps that I've played. The Ultimate Dragons World is just shy off of being called the Ultimate Dragons, or possibly maybe even the Ultimate, because if we're just here for the dragons and cool looking structures with no functionality, then I think it's safe to say that this was the ultimate letdown. Without ever explaining any main story, missions, and or side quests, you're a guppy thrown out into the sea of sharks, but in this case, the nest of dragons. And from what I've happened to piece together from this baffling adventure is that you are some sort of dragon's whisperer that is able to ride dragons, control where they go, when or who to attack, and that's pretty much all I can say. If you're not a die-hard Dragons fan and really don't know their story of origins, then it's going to be a hard time understanding just the overall idea and setting of this map. Is it time during the Nordic ages where dragons were the most fearsome creatures, or is there some sort of rivalry between orcs and humans, and dragons just happen to be some sort of a pet that are naturally found in the wilderness? I guess we'll never know. These dragons are the most detailed fantasy reptiles I've ever seen on the marketplace as far as their smooth animations and art style goes, but I honestly can't withhold the amount of frustration they've caused me when I would accidentally launch them into a tree after moving a couple of blocks of distance while dismantling the beasts, or just overall janky controls of the flight system itself. In my opinion, I feel as though these dragons quite frankly deserved more than what was given. If the idea was just to be here for the dragons, then even that proposition was a little less cultivated. Now, although there are some things that I like about the map, I'm not going to quite mention them in this review, possibly maybe even over on my channel. I'll cover a little bit more in detail, maybe not. But with that being said, Average, take it away.
Yeah, Barry, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I was very disappointed with this, especially with the design of the map being as good as it is. When you look at this map, you can clearly see that this is a 100% custom-made map. Every inch of it, and it does look really good. I can tell that someone spent a long time putting all these little details in the design of everything, but just like with the dragons, everything takes a hit when it comes to functionality. In fact, most of the structures have no functionality. You can't even enter them. So the different villages, castles, and temples you see, they're just empty shells. There's nothing in them because you can't even get inside. This really hurts exploration because you have no reason to explore. You know, well, it's empty, so why am I going out and hunting down a different structure to do anything with when I know I can't even get inside of it? So there's not going to be any hidden loot, there's not going to be any hidden gear for me to use, nothing. And that totally hurts not just the atmosphere when it comes to exploring, but your own personal goals as a player. What am I doing if I can't interact with anything? And it doesn't help that the sound and music for this map is lacking. There's only a few sound effects altogether. A few for the orcs, a few for the dragons. Not many actions actually have sound effects to them. One big one is your attack with your dragons. It's completely silent. Sometimes we didn't even know we were actually attacking because we couldn't hear anything. There's no roar, there's no spray of the fire, nothing. Not to mention that attack itself is pretty weak. It just throws you off because you're expecting to hear some type of sound when you're attacking with your dragon. And as for the music, there is none. It's completely silent at times, and it gives off a very eerie feeling, not a feeling of adventure. If you want people to go out and have this adventure, one of the best things you can do to set that mood, to set that atmosphere, is having good music to accompany it. So not having that really hurts the map. Now, as of the recording of this video, this map sits in the marketplace for around $8 worth of Minecraft coin. I am sorry, this map is not worth that. Not when you have so many maps out there right now that do what this map tries to do 10 times better. Dragonfire, ultimate dragons, advanced dragons, how to train your dragon. These are all maps that work wonderfully with well-designed, not only dragons that have function that you can fight with, that you can control, but maps that you can explore, find secrets, loot, and actually do more than just look at. If you got $8, I would go buy one of those, because right now, I'm sorry, this map is not worth it. And that's going to bring our review to an end. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button. But before we go, I want to give a nice shout out and thank you to my good friend, the Magical Berry, for coming and doing this review with me. Make sure you guys please go check out his channel. He does awesome, very detailed reviews. On my channel, I tend to stick towards Let's Plays. He tends to do very nicely well put together and edited reviews on these different add-ons, so you don't want to miss them. Make sure to go check him out and subscribe to his channel. I'll make sure to leave a link down in the description below. But until next time, Average Arcader out.